Here we go. Come on. Come on.
My name is Gene Tagaban. I'm Cherokee, Tlingit, and Filipino. My Tlingit name is Gayao. I'm of the Duckdane Ton clan, the Raven Freshwater Sockeye clan from Hoona, Alaska. The child of a Wishkatan Eagle Shark clan from Ahwan in Juneau, Alaska. I now live in Tacoma, Washington.
So I was just inspired to share this story. And this story here is about Natsaklane, the creation of the killer whale.
What I do is I'm an influential storyteller, speaker, trainer, and mentor. I facilitate workshops. I'm a storyteller, and I use my stories to teach, to heal, and sometimes just to entertain. So that's a little bit of what I do, but also I'm a dancer, I'm a musician. I play not only traditional music, but contemporary music. And what it is I've doing whatever I can to really connect with the people, because this world that we live in, there's a lot of people who have suffered trauma, hurts, pain, a lot of people searching for something, searching for healing. And I truly believe that the answers to global transformation is there within the tradition of indigenous people. It's just really up to us as indigenous people to be present to that. And I'm not saying that we're giving away sacredness or ceremony, but there's that wisdom there, the wisdom of the land, the wisdom of the earth, that's there for everyone. We are just the caretakers of this wisdom. But just to go out there and share that. So it's really amazing, even when people who don't come, or, you know what, I was going to say they don't come from that storytelling tradition. We all come from a storytelling tradition, but then we're just not exposed to it in the form of that mentorship storytelling. Because storytelling is everywhere. We're always telling stories. Our life is a story, and it's up to us what our story is that we choose to tell.
Hang on. You can come forward too and just look cool.
You know, I tell these stories, and when I tell the stories, I usually invite the people, and I invite the children to come up.
Come on.
And just to drum and to play the instruments or just be part of it, because that's how we teach. You got to get them involved. You got to get them feeling the instruments, feeling it, because what happens is they start tuning into themselves and feeling it. And what happens when you have the children up there too feeling it, the adults and the grown-ups start opening up, and they start feeling this the spirit that's there, the spirit that's in all things. And so I like to invite the people up to join in and to participate, because life is about participation. Sure, we can go out there and observe, but so many people, when they observe like this instead of observing like this. And it really is participating in life. So that's what I like to get the children up there and the people to be part of it. And this here's a hawk feather. And oftentimes I'll teach workshops with these, and what these are to me, these are tools of the spirit. I do this workshop, it's called Tools of the Spirit, and I'll bring out these items here. And these are just tools to connect and help you and to connect with that spirit of you, of who you are. And I'm not talking about a religion or anything like that. I'm talking about spirit, the spirit that's everywhere. That's in all things. And you know that spirit is when you go outside, out there in the woods, out in the wilderness, just out there, you feel a spirit. You can't help but feel that. And so I have, again, my feathers, my drum, and my flute for the music and such. And playing through the music, because the thing is about storytelling is my other teacher, he says, now Gene, when you talk to the people, you talk to their spirit. Communicate to their spirit. And that's where you're going to see miracles happen. And the thing is, see, storytelling is all about communicating to the spirit. We're not just talking to people, our physical part, but we're talking to that spiritual part of who they are. And that's what music does too. Music just connects to the people in that spiritual way, talking to their spirit. And so that's why I use these tools of the spirit, and these are just my tools that I use, not only to communicate with them, but most of all to help me. Because if I'm not there, connected, if I'm not working on my wellness, my health, then how can I help anybody else? It starts with me. And so I use these things for myself. Because you see, what happens is that oftentimes in life, we can just get all tore up, hurt, stressed out, seeing the violence out there, the pain, just alcohol, drugs, family issues, whatever it may be that we deal with out there in life. And then what happens is like this feather here, we just get all tore up like this feather. And when I take this to kids, I ask these kids in schools, auditoriums, I said, how many of you have ever felt tore up? And probably about 95% of those kids always raise their hand. Our children feeling tore up like this. But the thing is, when I tell them, you know what? You work things out, work together. You help each other. You go to school, educate yourself. You sing. You find out who you are. Whether you're Asian, African American, Scot, Irish, German, whatever you are. But you start working it out. The thing is, when you take the time, you start learning. You see, everything will come back together. It does. It does. But it doesn't matter how many times I've worked with those ones right there, I can never get those put back together, because the thing is, we all have our scars. And it's our scars that give us strength, but also gives us character. We all have that, but if you just work it out, it'll all come back together.